How does a successful businesswoman, a mother and a wife, vanish without a trace? This is the chilling question that hung in the air on the morning of March 1st, 2019, when Andreen McDonald, known for her strict workout regimen and punctuality, didn't show up for her morning workout or her work. Alarm bells went off in the minds of her employees. They called the gym, her usual first stop in her morning routine, only to find out she hadn't shown up there either. Andreen McDonald was more than just a regular at the gym. She was a powerhouse, a millionaire business owner who worked as hard as she played. Her absence was as unexpected as it was alarming. The employees tried reaching out to her, but all their efforts were met with a chilling silence. A silence that echoed the growing dread that something was amiss. As the hours ticked by, the concern among her friends and colleagues grew. It was unlike Andreen to disappear without a word. She was a woman of routine, a woman who had built an empire from the ground up. She was a wife, a mother, a pillar in her community, and now she was missing. As the sun set on that fateful day, the reality of the situation began to set in. Andreen McDonald, the San Antonio businesswoman known for her success, her strength, and her unwavering commitment to her work and family, was nowhere to be found. As the hours turned into days, the question on everyone's mind grew louder and more insistent. Where was Andreen McDonald? The story of her mysterious disappearance was just beginning to unfold, a story that would send ripples through the community and the nation. And so we delve into the mystery, the intrigue, and the heartbreaking truth of what happened to Andreen McDonald. As we peel back the layers of this tragic tale, we hope to shed light on the circumstances surrounding her disappearance, and perhaps find some semblance of justice for Andreen and her loved ones. The question on everyone's mind: where was Andreen McDonald? Behind the glamour of success, what secrets were the McDonalds hiding? The McDonalds, Andreen and Andre, were a portrait of prosperity and power. Together they'd built an empire, an assisted living business that had its roots in hard work and dedication. This venture had elevated them to the status of millionaires. Andre, an Air Force major, was an integral part of this success story. Their lives were seemingly perfect, their accomplishments a testament to their determination and resolve. For Andre's 40th birthday, Andreen orchestrated a grand celebration at their San Antonio residence. Friends and family gathered, reveling in the couple's happiness. To the outside world, they were a unit, a couple that had weathered storms together. But was this facade hiding a deeper, more troubling truth? A visit to a tax preparer's office brought a shocking revelation to light. Andreen had started a separate business without Andre's knowledge. This discovery sowed seeds of discord and resentment. Andre later recounted to the police that a heated argument had ensued when they got home. Tensions escalated and he left the house, seeking refuge at a gas station to cool down. The argument didn't end there though, it continued over text messages. The subject of their conflict was not just the secret business, but also allegations of infidelity and the looming specter of divorce. Andre's text to Andreen was chilling in its indifference. "Andreen, I don't care if you file for divorce." He returned home under the assumption that his wife was asleep in a separate bedroom. The next morning, however, Andreen didn't show up for work. Her absence set off alarm bells among her friends and colleagues. This was not like Andreen, who was known for her strict work ethic and routine. Was this the beginning of a tragic end? What happens when a heated argument spirals out of control? Imagine a couple, successful, wealthy, but harboring secrets and resentments. That was the case with Andreen and Andre McDonald. One fateful day, they found themselves embroiled in a heated argument, the nature of which revolved around hidden businesses, alleged infidelity, and the specter of divorce looming over their marriage. Andre McDonald, a major in the Air Force, had discovered that his wife, Andreen, had opened a separate business without his knowledge. This revelation sparked a fiery dispute that continued even after Andre left their home to cool off at a gas station. Their words, exchanged via text messages, painted a picture of a relationship on the brink of collapse. "Andreen, I don't care if you file for divorce," Andre texted, a chilling hint of the turmoil within their marriage. When Andre returned home, he found his wife seemingly asleep in a separate bedroom. Little did he know this would be his last interaction with Andreen. The following morning, Andreen, known for her strict workout regimen and punctuality at work, didn't show up. This unusual absence raised alarm bells among her employees and friends. In response to this alarming situation, Andreen's friends and colleagues decided to take action. They picked up her mother, Maureen Smith, from work and drove to the McDonald's residence. When Andreen was nowhere to be found, Smith called the police to report her daughter missing. The stage was set for a mystery that would shake the community. What do you find when you walk into a home where a person has gone missing? The answer, unfortunately, is often a disturbing tableau of silent clues. This was certainly the case when a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy responded to the McDonald residence, guided through the sprawling house by a handful of worried friends and family. As they navigated the echoing halls, the deputy's trained eyes caught sight of a chilling detail: a light switch in the bathroom, smeared with blood and strands of hair. The discovery sent a cold shiver through the room, a stark reminder of the potential violence that may have occurred within these walls. Yet, the grim revelations didn't stop within the confines of the house. Outside in the backyard, a burn pile lay ominously. Among the charred remains, a single zipper glinted, its original purpose lost to the flames. Further exploration of the house revealed that Andreen McDonald's purse, Idaho, and keys were still there, an unsettling picture of a life abruptly abandoned. However, her phone was mysteriously absent, adding another layer of intrigue to the unfolding mystery. In the midst of this unsettling scene, Andreen McDonald returned home, his face a mask of surprise as he encountered the law enforcement presence. When questioned, he claimed ignorance of his wife's whereabouts, his voice steady despite the mounting evidence suggesting otherwise. He revealed their argument from the night before, but when an investigator arrived on the scene, Andreen abruptly clammed up and requested an attorney. Andreen McDonald's actions were raising more questions than answers. The blood, the hair, the burn pile, and his sudden silence painted a haunting picture, one that suggested a disturbing answer to the question of what happened to Andreen McDonald. This discovery marked a turning point in the investigation, but as we'll soon see, it was only the beginning. What does a cart full of strange items tell you about a man's intentions? For Andreen McDonald, it told a chilling tale. On the morning of March 2, 2019, a surveillance camera at a local Lowe's store captured Andreen purchasing a collection of peculiar items: a shovel, an axe, a hatchet, heavy-duty large trash bags, and gloves. Each item seemingly innocuous on its own, but when put together, they raised eyebrows and alarm bells. As Andreen left the store, an undercover investigator assigned to keep tabs on him took note of his purchases and his demeanor. The investigator, blending into the mundane morning crowd, kept a watchful eye on Andreen as he loaded his car and drove off. Later that day, the same investigator noticed something amiss at the McDonald residence. The garage had been damaged and Andreen was seen backing out of the driveway. The investigator, following his instincts and Andreen's car, trailed him to a nearby gun shop. As Andreen stepped inside, additional investigators were called to the scene. They watched, their hearts pounding in their chests, as Andreen purchased a 9mm handgun and ammunition. The lead investigator, Frank Stubbs, later revealed, "We were under the assumption that he was purchasing a gun to probably harm himself." The tension was palpable, the stakes high. As Andreen walked out of the store, his new purchase in hand, he was detained by the investigators. They turned him over to military authorities for a mental evaluation, unsure of what his next move might be. Meanwhile, back at the McDonald house, armed with a search warrant, investigators found the items Andreen had purchased that morning: the shovel, the axe, the hatchet. The pieces of the puzzle were beginning to form a sinister picture. When the law closes in, what defense does a guilty man have? As investigators closed in on Andreen McDonald, they found him at a local gun shop. He had just purchased a 9mm handgun and ammunition, a sight that was chilling for those who had been tracking his actions in the days following Andreen's disappearance. He was promptly detained and handed over to military authorities for a mental evaluation. While Andreen was undergoing his evaluation, investigators executed a search warrant at the McDonald residence. Among the items they found were the shovel, axe, hatchet, heavy-duty trash bags, and gloves that Andreen had purchased from Lowe's earlier that day. This discovery, coupled with the suspicious burn pile in the backyard and the blood and hair on the bathroom light switch, painted a grim picture of what might have transpired. Fast forward to the trial. Andreen McDonald stood before a jury, charged with the murder of his wife. His defense? He claimed he acted in self-defense, but the evidence suggested otherwise. The argument over Andreen's secret business venture, the text messages discussing divorce, the blood in the bathroom, the burn pile in the backyard, and the items from Lowe's all pointed towards a premeditated act. The jury deliberated, taking into account all the evidence presented. They found Andre guilty, not of murder, but of manslaughter. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison. A measure of justice was served that day for Andreen McDonald, her family, and her friends. But as the gavel fell, one couldn't help but wonder whether this tragedy could have been prevented. Was there something more that could have been done to protect Andreen? Justice may have been served, but the question remains, could this tragedy have been prevented? How do we make sense of a tragedy like this? The story of Andreen McDonald, a successful businesswoman, wife and mother, who vanished under mysterious circumstances, only to be found dead months later, is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind even the most successful facades. Her husband, Andreen McDonald, who was once a decorated Air Force major and a successful businessman, is now serving a prison sentence for her death. This case urges us to reflect on the implications of such events and the lessons to be learned. It highlights the importance of paying attention to red flags and the crucial role that authorities play in such cases. It's a stark reminder that a heated argument can escalate to a point of no return, leading to tragic consequences. Andreen and Andre McDonald were the epitome of success. They had built an empire together, but beneath that shiny exterior, there were deep fissures. The fact that Andreen had gone ahead and opened a separate business without Andre's knowledge, the heated arguments, the allegations of infidelity, and the discussion of divorce were all red flags that indicated that all was not well in their paradise. The role of the authorities in this case was crucial. The Bexar County Sheriff's deputy's sharp eye for detail led him to the disturbing discovery of blood and hair on a light switch in the McDonald's bathroom and the burn pile in the backyard. His quick thinking led to Andre McDonald's arrest, and the subsequent investigation revealed the damning evidence that sealed his fate. In retrospect, the importance of paying attention to red flags cannot be overstated. One might wonder if things could have turned out differently had the couple sought help for their marital issues earlier. Could professional intervention have diffused the situation and possibly saved Andreen's life? We will never know. This case also underscores the importance of community and looking out for each other. It was Andreen's colleagues who first raised the alarm when she didn't show up for work, and her mother, who reported her missing. Their concern and swift action set the investigation into motion. As we delve into the mysteries of true crime, it's crucial to remember the human lives affected and the lessons we can learn. Every story, every victim, and every perpetrator has something to teach us about the human condition, about the darkness that can sometimes overcome us, and the light that can guide us out of it. Let's ensure that Andreen's story, and the countless others like hers, are not forgotten, but rather serve as a reminder of the need for empathy, vigilance, and justice in our society.